and I'm never going to think about sports again, and we're going to kill this whole thing. It doesn't work. You know what? About a month into it, I'm going crazy. I'm going through total withdrawal because, you know, my Rams are, you know, I don't know what's going on. I'm going crazy, and the next thing you know, I'm on a bus and I have to schlep across the country to Tel Aviv, and I had to go 10 blocks and go to this newsstand that sells American newspapers to get a paper that was like 3 or 4 days old to fight, and then I had to read it, you know, like I had to hide it under my long coat, and then I had to pull it out underground and like this Tel Aviv, you know, this walkway underneath Allenby Street, and then I had pulled it out so nobody would, and I'm looking, and then, yes, 4 wins in a row, you know, and I'm like going crazy, and then I had to take the paper, throw it out, but then it got worse. It got worse because then like things got close because like the Lakers were against the Celtics in '87 in the finals, and I needed to know every day what was going on. I didn't have time to read it, so I went down to in Jerusalem. I went to, and I put the thing in my thing like this. I put it in my jacket, and I had like my girdle, and I had the newspaper here, and I'd bring it into my dorm, and I'd stuff it under my mattress, right? And then I go back to yeshiva, and then I'd come back later at night, nobody's looking, I'd pull it out, and I'd read it. Okay, and then I was on top of it. I come back to the United States, I'm in yeshiva here in Los Angeles, right? I walk into some guys' rooms, right? Some of the other students. They have the sports section laying out on top of the bed. And it's like, no problem. Because in America, like, nobody gives a shit, right? Like, you can do whatever you want. In Israel, like, this is like avodah zorah, right? And I said to myself, okay, I now know the difference between Israel and the United States, right? In Israel, right, all of the guys read the sports section, but they keep it under the bed, right? In America, everybody reads the sports section, they keep it on top of the bed. So you know what I say? You might as well just be out with it. We're all reading the damn thing, right? Right? So why be pretentious? So I'm not pretentious. I'm very out there in the open with it. I have an addiction to sports. I know it's got nothing to do with Torah, but I don't give a shit. And I'm going to be outwards with it because that's who I am. I am a huge sports fan, and I'm proud of it. I have no problem with it. I'm not perfect, and I don't give a shit. Go UCLA. Okay, go ahead.
Now, you said a few minutes ago that you don't tell jokes when you're doing stand-up comedy, so many people will be confused if they think that stand-up comedy is telling jokes. So when you're doing stand-up comedy, what are you doing if you're not telling jokes?
Well, I do impressions, you know, I talk to audience. I mostly talk to audience members, and I scream at the audience stuff, and I play off of them. I usually go up with very little material. Like everybody, like most comedians go up there and they have like a whole act.
Yeah.
They have like a whole scripted thing. I used to do that. I used to have like everything prepared in advance, and I felt like I was reading off of a script.
Right.
I hate that. I can't do that.
Right.
Because I can't do scripted stuff very well. Anybody who watches my videos knows that if it's scripted, it sucks, right? It's like, I hate scripted material. I might as well just fax it in. I can't get into it. I'm funniest, I work best when I work spontaneously. And the way that I like to do that is I like the show to be brought to me rather than me bringing the show to people. You know, I like to go and wait for some sort of weird reaction from some bizarre audience member or something, and then start picking on that member of the audience, right? And then like get everybody like involved, and then I start working that way. And that's where my show really comes from. And you know, I'll have like a few funny lines I'll have in my back pocket ready to go, you know, and then I'll like pop them out like a one-liner, and then I'll look brilliant because it looks like I just came up with it, but I've said it 100 times. But you know, I don't like to come up there with like prepared material and stuff. You know, I'll like do something, and I'll break into some dance or something. Or I like to do impressions of people, but I don't like to tell jokes, and I really don't like to do scripted material. Okay, that's like I can't do that. Which, by the way, you need to have scripted material if you ever want to go on late night TV, because they can't have you talk to the audience. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not really built for that. I don't do scripted stuff. You know, I work with audience. I work rooms. You know, that's what I do. I work with a room. I like to make fun of people. I like to make fun of different people. I like to make fun of the Jews in the audience. I like to make fun of the Goyim in the audience, and I'll just play with it. You know, that's what I do.
Okay. Do you have any final thoughts? Anything that you want to conclude with tonight?
No, I want to see if there's any other questions.